All right, it's official. Welcome, everyone. Hi, welcome to High Speed Healing Wednesdays. Hi to everyone on Zoom. Hello to everyone on Facebook. Facebook Live had a little techno difficulty, but very excited to be with you all tonight. If you don't know me, I'm Debora Wayne. I'm the founder of the International Chronic Pain Institute. And I just love seeing all these familiar faces jumping into the Zoom call. And my assistant Colin is going to help out on Facebook if you're there. So hopefully you're all good there. And here we go, right? Tonight, I am extremely excited to introduce you to our special guest. First of all, we're going to talk about pain, all things pain, why we have it, why doesn't it go away, why does it come and go, why can't they find anything on a medical test, what is up with pain. So if you have pain of any kind, that could be physical pain, it could be chronic pain, it could be acute pain from an accident or an injury or a surgery gone bad. Maybe you're suffering from pain that is emotional, like anxiety, depression, which so many people right now, right, are going through turmoil, chaos, times that just are so challenging and very uncertain, unstable, causes a lot of pain. And maybe you're going through pain like the pain of binge eating. That's what I used to do. Excuse me, I have a scratchy throat. So, Colin is telling me I'm not live, but I can see that I'm live, and I'm live on Facebook on my personal page. So, let's see here. All right, it says we're live, so okay, it's working now. Yes, it is. All right, so back to why we're here. We're talking about pain tonight. We're going to go deep into the hidden reasons for pain, why these things do not show up on medical tests, why you cannot figure it out, even though you maybe have been trying for years and years, trying everything under the sun to get rid of pain, and it doesn't budge. And my special guest tonight is somebody I have known my entire life. In fact, I know her better than anyone else in the world. I've been with her as far back as I can remember. And we're very, very close, very close. And she's been through a hell of a lot herself, a lot of pain. And I was there with her by her side the entire time. And so I know that she understands pain because she's been there, done that. My special guest, it's me. It's me. So I'm bringing you myself tonight because for those of you who know me, and there are many, I can see names on the call, in the Zoom call that I recognize that know my story, but a lot of you are probably new. In fact, if you're brand new tonight, would you type yes in the chat or raise your hand in the Zoom room so that I know that you're new? And just type yes in the chat, type yes on Facebook, and raise your hand if you're in Zoom so that I know that you're brand new. A lot of hands going up. That's what I thought, because there's name Bridget, Mary Ellen, great to have you here. Jen, Christina, Pete, welcome. So many new people that don't know me. So I'm going to share with you a little bit about my journey tonight and why I'm qualified to talk about pain, P-A-I-N. Oh my God. So I'll just take you back to a very pivotal moment in time. It was over 30 years ago now, closer to 35, hard to believe, but it was a long time ago. But I remember it like it was yesterday. It was a Monday morning, and I had a great job, a great career. I lived in a big, beautiful home in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I had a very handsome, wonderful husband. And I was supposed to, like every normal Monday, get up, get dressed, go to work. But on that Monday, instead of being able to get up, get dressed, and go to work, I found myself lying on the floor of my big, beautiful walk-in closet. And I could not get dressed, and I could not stop crying. And I just couldn't make myself function and go to work because I had pain from head to toe. Now, the pain didn't make any sense. I had an amazing life. I had a great family, people who loved me. We weren't needing anything. I had all the material stuff anyone could want. I had money in the bank. I had, like I said, a great career, a great husband, a closet full of clothes and shoes. But here's the thing, inside, I was dying inside. I had such feelings of depression and anxiety every day for years, but I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell anybody about it. I faked it. I was a great actress. I had physical pain. My hair was falling out. I had ulcers. My stomach hurt all the time, no matter what I ate or didn't eat. I had such bad insomnia that the only way I ever slept was to drink so much wine that I finally would pass out. I did that for years. During the day, I was so nervous. I was just always very nervous. The only way I got through my days was taking pills of some kind. Pain pills, nerve pills, Valium, Xanax, the non-addicting kind, of course. And that was just the only way I could shut my head up and calm down enough to get through a day. I also would binge eat on Ben and Jerry's. They were my best friends. And I was living a really dangerous life for many, many years, trying to mask, deny, suppress, and repress the pain that I was feeling. When I would go to doctors and complain of things, they would say, well, nothing's showing up on a test. Or they did say, oh, well, your thyroid isn't normal. So they would give me the treatment for thyroid, but nothing worked. I had aches in my muscles and joints and these mystery pains that would come and go. I had terrible headaches, PMS so bad I had to lie down for 3 days every month and I couldn't move. And this just went on and on. I would cry for no reason, seemingly no reason. And, I lived like this for quite a number of years, a long time. And I kept fake it till you make it because I was raised, you get back up on the horse. You don't tell people your problems. Nobody wants to hear you complaining. Don't be Debbie Downer. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. That's the kind of stuff that was in my head. I was afraid of looking foolish. I was really sure, I didn't want anyone to think there was something wrong with me. And I wasn't really very teachable. In fact, I wasn't teachable at all, which is why I never asked for help. Never, not once. I would just pretend everything was fine, just fine, just fine. But that day I couldn't do it anymore. And I couldn't muster up the willpower to get on the horse, in the car, and back to work. So I fell apart that day. And I really thought I thought my life was over. I thought it was the worst day of my life, that I was out of ideas. And you know what happened? It turned out to be the turning point. It turned out to be the crossroads. And it's actually why I'm here with you today, because I finally, for the first time, the first thing I did was I screamed out at the ceiling of the closet. And I said, if there's a God, I need help. Now, I didn't really believe in God at that time in my life. I really didn't. I thought it was all up to me. But I was angry, I was scared to death, and I just didn't know what to do. And I certainly wasn't expecting a response, okay? I wasn't. But what's so weird is that within seconds, of heartfelt, sincerely screaming that prayer at the ceiling, I felt this amazing sense of peace come over me. And I stopped crying. And I stood up and I went in the other room and I picked up the phone and I called a professional and I asked for help for the first time, probably in my entire life, where I admitted I needed help. And I got the help and I went on a healing journey. Oh my God. And it was a very unexpected journey. Oh my God, everything started to change. I began to become aware of what was really going on with me, what was really the underlying root cause of my pain, my depression, my anxiety, my panic attacks. I mean, it was so bad for me, you guys. I had to prepare to walk down my driveway and get my mail from my own mailbox. That's how insecure and panicked I was. I was afraid someone would see me. I didn't know what I would say. I mean, I took the word social anxiety to the max, okay? So I'm talking not a little pain, a lot of pain. And physically, so if you're suffering from physical pain, mental pain, emotional pain, any kind of pain, you're in the right place with me because I have really been there. I had suicidal thoughts at that end period, and I was slowly killing myself with the way that I was trying to shove my pain deep down and not feel and not think and pretending that everything was just fine. So that day was a turning point. I went on a healing journey. I started practicing tools and exploring and really putting my time and energy and money and attention into me, into my healing. And wow, I am so excited to tell you. I could go on because it's been many years now. So, and I'm a perpetual student. I am still on a journey, but I will tell you, I found answers. I got answers. And one of the most potent things for me was that I discovered when I went back to meditation, which I had thrown out years ago. And in meditation, I was shown very clearly, without a shadow of a doubt, that everything is energy, and that this life force energy, some people call it chi or ki or prana or life force or divine intelligence or universal intelligence or love or nature or the field, the biofield, the interconnected field, the non-local field, the matrix. I mean, there are a million names. You could call it whatever you want. But the fact is, I discovered there's a field, and that this field is filled with energy and information. And the information and energy started flowing through my hands. And I was intuitively shown very clearly, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that this life force energy flowing through my hands was to be used to help myself and other people, and that this was my highest purpose for being here, that everything was going to be okay, I was going to heal, and then I was going to be able to show others and take them by the hand and show them how to heal, and they weren't going to have to go down into the deep, dark night of the soul like I did unless they wanted to for some crazy reason. So I will fast forward to today and let you know that that's how I'm here today. Is I started working on myself. I healed first, then I went back to school. I got a bunch of degrees. I read hundreds of books and workshops. But the fact is, the greatest thing that happened to me came to me intuitively through my meditation practice. And it's beyond words, okay? It's beyond thoughts and beyond words. But some things were revealed to me, and I'm going to share those with you today, because what I discovered is that there are 3 exact things that we must do if we truly want to heal at the root. I'm going to share with you what those 3 things are. I'm also going to answer some questions. You guys sent in the most fabulous questions ahead of time. Thank you. And if you have questions today and you're in the Zoom room, I want you to look down on your screen and you'll see a box that says Q&A. You can type your question into the Q&A box. You can type it into the chat. Please type your questions on Facebook if you're here with me live on Facebook. And I'm going to answer a lot of the questions that came in early because they were wonderful questions that I know you're going to relate to. And then I will, if time permits, I'm going to take some more live questions today. And then I'm also going to end the call, and you really want to stay for this. I want to end the call with a healing meditation that I'll guide you through. Now, some of you will, oh, and I have a special gift for you too, a free gift. So how does that sound? Are you guys with me? If you're with me, please type yes in the chat box. Can you relate to my story? Did any of you relate? Raise your hand, type yes in the chat. Let me know. Are you guys here? Yes, yeah, all right. Thank you. Lillian, Lori, oh, Kate, Sandra, I'm so glad you made it to the call this week. I heard last week it was full and you got booted out. Allison, welcome if you're new. Yes. Carlina, good to have you. Cheryl, Jen, oh my God, Colin, thanks so much for your help, Colin. Lots of yeses coming in. Anne, I know well, good to have you here always, Anne. Maria, welcome. Bev, okay, so people are relating to my story. That's what I thought. You know, I get emails pretty much every day. I've worked with thousands of people, actually tens of thousands. Now it's in over 150 countries, and it's all virtual, okay? I've only worked virtually totally for the past 5 years. And that's what's so phenomenal. If I have time, I'll share a little bit about how that works tonight, but if not, that's a whole other conversation. And I'm gonna do another call like this where I talk about this whole, how does high-speed energy healing work? Like, what the heck is going on? How is it possible that I can do this virtually? I'm not even talking to you, I don't see you, I'm not touching you, and you might live in another country. So, but I will tell you, this is very real. It's based on science. I'll touch on it tonight. But, you know, I could talk for months on all of this. So I want to really deal specifically tonight with pain and answer your questions. So I'm so glad you guys can relate. Sheila says, yes, I totally relate. Yeah, well, I'm sorry you relate, okay? But you know what's so beautiful, everyone? You're here with me. That tells me two important things. Number one, there's a part of you. You may have been through hell and back, just like me, but a part of you knows it's not supposed to be this way. And you haven't given up. You might be completely frustrated. You might think, what's wrong with me? Why can't I heal? Everybody else is healing. What's wrong with me? Why am I stuck and blocked, right? Maybe you're tossing at night, going over it and over it in your mind, trying to figure out, where did I get this? How did I get this pain? When did it start? And where did it come from? Because you think if you could figure it out, you'd fix it. Been there, done that. Doesn't usually work either, by the way. But I feel for you. And I have tremendous empathy because I've been there. I know how horrible it is. When you have pain, all you can think about is getting rid of it, right? But that is the number one problem. So let's dive in. I said there were 3 exact things that, oh, and Anna's saying, yeah, how great with COVID to be able to work virtually. Yes, see, this, what I do is designed for these times. I knew someday I just could feel there was going to come a time when more and more people would recognize this is the healing of the future. Now, I should say very clearly, I'm not a doctor. I don't give medical advice. I don't treat symptoms. I'm not here to diagnose. This is a completely different understanding about how health and healing works, completely. And I'm going to share a little about that tonight because that's what you have to understand in order to be more open. But I want to be clear about one thing. You don't have to understand this with your mind for it to work. How great is that? You don't have to believe in anything I say for this to work. You don't have to believe in it. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to. You just have to be willing to try it. Now, how amazing is that? There's nothing required of you. And it's without a doubt, and I have studied or experienced or practiced or taken workshops in over 40 modalities, and practiced professionally a lot of things for many years. I have a degree in psychology. I have a degree in chemical dependency counseling. I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist, hypnoanesthesiologist. I'm a Reiki master. I am a yoga instructor. I train yoga teachers. I've been a dancer my whole life, so I've worked with kinesiology and physiology in my body and the way the anatomy, I mean, since I was 4 years old. Nothing has ever come close to what my high-speed healing mechanism has done for people. Nothing. If it did, I wouldn't be doing what I do. I dropped everything when this method came into my life because I immediately saw the dramatic effects that it was having on people. It blew me away and it blew them away. And then I went into a testing phase for a couple of years because I didn't understand it. And I was a little bit like, what's going on? And people will think I'm weird or strange. But so I tested it for a long time before I ever came out really publicly. But by then, oh my God, I had seen consistent results for so long. I had the most amazing success stories from people with a wide range of not just pain, but chronic conditions of all types, digestive disorders, thyroid issues, every type of pain under the sun, back, neck, hip, shoulder, joint pain, inflammation, chronic fatigue syndrome, people with binge eating, people with couldn't gain weight, couldn't lose weight, never got their weight in order, people with seizures, epileptic seizures and other types of seizures, people with acute pain after accidents and injuries. My God, the list goes on cancers, tumors. I've just seen it all, you guys, seen it all, and seen the power of high-speed energy healing. And it blew my mind. It still does every day. That's why I'm still so passionate about it. It keeps me on my toes. It keeps me interested. And I just have come to understand the body is designed to heal. Number one, and I want you to write this down, please. The body is designed to heal. No matter how far down the scale you've gone, no matter how long you've been in pain, no matter what has happened to you, it is still possible to heal. I have worked, I can't tell you how many people that had been given the diagnosis of fibromyalgia and arthritis. And they had been in pain for 30 years, many of them, 20 to 30 years. I'm talking every day, and pain from head to toe, living on pain medications, pain patches, anti-inflammatory, this and that. They gave up all kinds of foods. They were taking buckets of supplements every day, and they weren't sure any of it was even helping, but they were afraid to stop, right? I bet some of you can relate to that. So within, in many cases, one session of high-speed healing, and often within a month, which is what I like to say, no less than a month, because that's where I found the greatest results. These people were walking around pain-free, report after report after report. And in fact, if you haven't seen it yet, you want to go to my website and watch the short video that's right there on the home page with a woman named Carolyn, who I took into a scientific research lab. See, this is not woo-woo. This is based on science. It's based on physics. And we took her into a lab, and there's a report that came out because Carolyn, she was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, arthritis. She had a spinal curvature and a lot of pain in her spine. She had a double cataract in one eye, an injury to her eardrum. She had knee pain, severe knee pain, insomnia. She hadn't slept in, I think it was 12 years, long time, many years, without sleep aids. One session, less than 1 hour, Caroline was 99% pain-free, okay? This was measurable results. The results on the equipment. See, I don't think we have equipment yet that is sophisticated enough to measure what's happening all the way. But what it did, it showed a 51% decrease in pain and increase in her energy. And she said, no, I'm 99% pain-free. And she was measured over the course of 3 days. And with this method as well, when you work with me in my programs, what happens is you can get better after the sessions than you even feel during. And that's what happened with her as well. And most of the people I work with, they get better and better and better as time goes on, not worse and worse and worse. They get better and better and better. And that's the nature of the high-speed healing method. So write it down. Everything is designed to heal. Your body's designed to heal if you're in the safe, right environment, and you're given the tools that you need in order to heal. So what are the tools? This is what's been revealed to me and proven again and again by all the people I've worked with, not just myself. I've worked with hundreds of thousands of people. I've worked on, God, my goodness, many of you probably know, I'm interviewed all the time, and I do demonstration sessions on interviews, podcasts, telesummits, not just my own programs. I've reached millions of people based on all the times that I've shared on interviews, but in my own community, in the pain-free living community, there's been easily a good, probably 40, 50,000 people I've worked on. And most people get results when they do what I tell them. So what would I tell you to do? Number one, we must examine 3 areas, okay? The thinking mind, the emotions, and the energy field. Why? Why all 3? Because I know some of you probably, tell me if I'm right, type yes in the chat. I bet some of you have looked at your thoughts. You've done some kind of workshop where they told you it's all mindset. It's all in your mind. You got to go change your mind, get a positive attitude, do affirmations. You've got to, think on a higher vibration. You have to learn to change your attitude, your mental attitude, right? Anybody hear that before? Type yes for me in the chat if you've heard that before. Type yes in the comments on Facebook. Yep, exactly. That's what I thought. I know I heard that. Oh, get a better attitude, right? Yeah, and Sheila's saying many different modalities that she's tried. So, and still doing it. Okay, but here's the thing. Well, let me back up. Some of you, I bet, are very aware you've had emotional trauma, emotional pains from something in your life, maybe back in childhood, right? And those emotions hurt you. Those experiences hurt like you know what, right? So you have pain. It may be in your heart, maybe you feel pain, you feel emotional pain. See, some people feel their emotions very easily. Other people have not got a clue. If I ask them, how do you feel? They go, well, I think, and then they start telling me what they think. They're not connected to their feelings. Some people are very aware of their thoughts and how they worry and they think things over and over and over and over, but they're just not connected to their feelings. Other people are connected more to their feelings, but they're not aware of their thoughts. And then there are quite a few people, I was one of them, who are aware of their physical body and their body's telling them something's really wrong, but they don't see, feel, or hear the connection between their body and the pain in their body and their emotions and their thoughts, right? I'm here to share with you, and I really want to impress upon you, we have to look at all 3. We are a mind, emotion, body, energy complex, all interconnected. We're not separate parts with a mind, some emotions over here, a body over here, and an energy field over here. It's one interconnected unit. And it's working together all the time. we must examine the mind, the emotions, the body, and the energy field. And many people that I work with in my pain-free living program, or that I've worked with privately, I see it and hear it every day, again and again. They've explored one area. Well, Deborah, I've tried Reiki, I've done this, I've done that, it didn't work. Or I've gone on, I went to the doctor, they gave me medications, it didn't work. I've had surgery, it didn't work. I started going to natural remedies because I was addicted to those pain pills and it was killing me. So I went to natural remedies, and I went to natural doctors, and I've been to chiropractors and massage therapists, and I've had Rolfing, and I've done, all kinds of movement therapy. And I went on a nutrition plan, and I eliminated all these inflammatory foods, and nothing worked. Why, Deborah? Why is nothing working? So stay with me here. I know some of you are nodding your head. I can feel it. You can't just look at the body. You can't just look at the mindset. You can't just deal with the emotions. You have to do all three. And the fastest way to get to all three is via the energy field. Sheila says, it sounds too familiar. I know, right? It does. I hear the same, unfortunately, I hear the same story. I've heard it thousands of times. It's actually why I created my pain-free living program, because I realized I was saying the same thing to individual clients, because years ago I just used to work in an office one-on-one. And I was saying the same thing every day to every single person, and it was wearing me out, quite frankly. So I realized I need to get this out to more people, in groups of people, so they so I can save my energy and help more people. And that's how this whole thing started. But I really, over the years, I synthesized the nuggets of what I learned that helped me, and that I tested on other people, and I synthesized it down into a very concise program that involves finding and releasing the damaging thoughts, finding and releasing the damaging emotions, and finding and releasing the disturbances that are in your energy field, your biofield. This is a field that was classified in physics. It's known as a biofield, an information field. It's sometimes known as a torsion field, a spin field. It has different names. The biofield is the fastest, easiest, safest path to healing. I want you to think of it this way. It's like a recording device. And in the field, it's literally imprinting. It's invisible information, but it's vibrational information. Think of it like music. And it's imprinting the music of your whole life and everything that's ever happened to you. And it's made a recording of it. And the field is affecting your physical body. I should not have eaten those almonds before I got on. They're scratching my throat. So the information that's in your field is literally communicating with the cells of your body. It's communicating with your emotions and your mind. And there's lots of things that affect your field. I don't really have time to go into all that tonight, but let's just say it is the secret, unfamiliar key that you don't hear about in conventional ways. When you go to a conventional doctor of some kind, very few, if any, are talking about this. But this is the future of health care, of a different understanding of how health and healing works. And the future's here. It's here. There are already nurses being paid to do energy healing, not my method, but they're paid to do energy healing in hospitals. This is not some woo-woo weird thing anymore. This is the era of energy healing. We're in it, folks. It's here to stay. And think about it, how amazing it will be when this should be the first choice, not the last choice, because it's the safest way to start releasing out of the field the disturbances. And you can release it out of the field before it ever shows up in the body, before you ever feel depressed or anxious. It can be released. And the other thing is that if it's already manifest in the body, then it still can be released. And there's no faster, more safe and easy way. So we have to look at the mind, we have to look at the emotions, we have to look at the energy field. And what do most people do, though, when there's pain? What do? They focus on the symptom of the pain, and they look at the body, right? If you've been in pain, what do? You look at the body. Where does it hurt? And the conventional wisdom says, well, we'll cut it out, or we'll drug it out, or we'll fix the part of the car. But healing doesn't work that way. Here's the second thing I want you to write down. This is a different understanding, and I really want you to hear this. Your body is telling the story of your life. Your beautiful, amazing, wise body is a huge biofeedback machine. It's giving you feedback as to what is going on at a deeper level in your mind, emotions, and life. It's literally telling the story of the state of your consciousness. It's not your enemy. Pain is your friend, not your enemy. I know you might be rolling your eyes, but I'm going to say it again, and I mean it with all my heart. Pain is your friend, not your enemy. It's here to help you if you learn to listen to it properly. And that's difficult to do because very few people teach how to listen to it properly. What do you hear? Where does it hurt? Let's get rid of it. So most people spend their time and attention trying to deny, suppress, repress, get rid of the pain. Now, this is the other secret key that I want you to understand. The quickest way and the number one way, the number one thing you can do that practically guarantees your pain will never leave, guess what that is? Anybody want to type that guess in the chat? The number one thing that will practically guarantee your pain will never leave, you know what that is? It's focusing on trying to get rid of your symptoms. Christina said to deny its existence. That's actually true, because when you deny that it's there, you're trying to stop it, pretend it's not there. That will also guarantee that it actually grows. It grows stronger, bigger, bolder until you finally surrender and listen to it. If you try to stop your pain, get rid of your pain, mask it, but you're looking at the symptoms, you're going to cause it typically to get stuck. You're going to feel stuck. You're going to feel blocked. You're going to wonder, what the heck is wrong with me? And you're going to try harder and harder to keep it down until what I find, if you do that long enough, is that the pain will get so great, it will literally stop you in your tracks. This is why so often people come to me, and I'm so sad when this happens, but it happens all the time. And they say, well, you know, now I can't garden, I can't travel, I can't go to yoga, I can't hike, I can't work, I can't coach Little League, I can't get up. And I'm numb from head to toe. Why? Because the pain got worse and worse and shut them down, and now all they're going to do is focus on the pain, which is a blessing in disguise. Because like you all, you're seeking. You're seeking, and this is beautiful. It's beautiful. It shows the strength of your spirit. You're not giving up. You're taking the next step. And I know you can feel probably skeptical, of course, or like, oh my God, I've tried everything, and you know, what if this doesn't work either? This is common. I felt that way too. But you're still nevertheless, you have not given up hope. I'm so glad, because there really are solutions. And you're not going to see it on an infomercial on Netflix. It's just not common knowledge yet, because guess what? We got no drugs to sell. It's not big business, okay? I'm not going to say more about that. I think you know what I mean. I'm not here to, put down any other methods. Look, the right type of healing is the right type of healing, and everyone needs different things at different times in their lives. I'm not the type of person that thinks there's only one way and you got to do it my way. I don't feel that way. The body's different every day. You are unique to you. You have your own unique journey, and there are different methods of healing at different. Look, if I'm in a car accident and my arm is blown off, I want a surgeon. Right? There may be other ways, but I probably want a surgeon really fast. So I'm not here to badmouth any type of conventional medicine at all. I'm just saying that there are new ways with nothing to sell as an ongoing need to keep you healthy. When healing occurs at the root, it's healed. It's gone. There's nothing more that needs healing because it's healed at the root. You get me? You follow me? Please let me know if you're with me. Give me some thumbs, some hands, some love, some hearts. Let me check Facebook over here. Let's see. Can't find myself on Facebook anymore. Okay, well, hopefully, oh, there I am. Give me some hearts on Facebook if you're with me. Hi, Mary and Bahia, and oh, there's lots of people over here. Good. Oh my God, look at all. Oh, Jean Marie is here. Hi, love. And Tanya. Hi, Tanya. Deborah. Oh, hi, Tanya. Tanya's got a great story. Carmen's here. Daniel. Hi, Daniel. Lisa Lenchi. Oh my goodness. Kate is here. So many people on Facebook. This is great. Mark is here. My God. Hi, Mark. Awesome to see you. All right. Send me some of those love hearts. I love it. Marty's here. A lot of people I've worked with. Kim Hines, she's got a story. Oh my goodness, she's had tremendous healing. Just so many people here. Beautiful. Wow. Okay. So back to the track here. There were questions that came in. One of my favorite questions that came in today was, oh wait, I can't. Okay. Well, one of the main questions that came in today was from a woman that asked me, she said, I've really tried everything. And I have bad back pain and sciatica, and it just keeps coming back. She said it will go away for a while, but then it comes back. And this has gone on for years. And she's very frustrated, of course, because if it goes away, why won't it stay away? And this is where, again, don't misunderstand. There's no blame in any of this. I'm not blaming you for anything. But what I want to share with you that's so important is that until you recognize that you haven't gone deep enough to discover how you're still participating in bringing the pain back. Sorry to tell you, it's not that there's some thing outside yourself that's doing it to you. You're not a victim of some external force. There's most likely, in every case that I have worked with and where I've explored this, and believe me, I've spent years exploring this, there is either some habit of thinking, some habit of feelings that you're not releasing, that are actually bringing the cellular memory back. Now, it could be also that some experience in your now moment, in your now life, is reminding you and your body of a past trauma, a past experience, a past pain of some kind. And again, when I say pain, Remember, we're talking, you just fill in the blank with your type of pain. It means physical, mental, emotional, financial, relationship pain, career pain. I can't find my purpose pain. I feel like an alien. I don't know what I'm doing on earth. Any kind of pain is all the same. There's something deeper. And it often goes back to childhood, to the environment that you were influenced by when you were young. Now, it can also come later in life, of course, accidents, injuries, surgeries that you come out worse than you went in. I hear this all the time. But there is a cellular memory, and there's a state of consciousness, okay, that is literally a memory field. And if you keep thinking the same thoughts and you keep feeling the same feelings, you will continue to recreate the same condition. And it will keep showing up in your life, because until you change, and you have to change all this before you see it. So when people say to me, well, I'll believe it when I see it, it doesn't work that way. You have to start to think differently and feel differently and use your imagination, because the mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. And no one's taught you how powerful you are. You're a powerful creator being. And your emotions are really supercharging physical symptoms. My favorite scientific researcher in this area of bioenergetics, biofield science, was the late Dr. Valerie Hunt. I love this woman. She had a lab at UCLA. She was the first woman to photograph the biofield. She figured out, I mean, who does this? She had the kind of mind that figured out how to photograph the field using cameras and oscilloscopes, which measure wavelengths, frequencies, and camera film. And she showed how the field was affecting the body. And she showed how emotions were emitting frequencies, vibrations, okay? And these vibrations were either disturbing or harmonizing the field, and the field was informing the body. So if we have these powerful emotions, if they get triggered somehow by a person, an event, or something from the past that you never released because it was traumatic. If you've had any kind of abuse, neglect, super critical environment, if there was any kind of abuse, there's disturbances that went into your unconscious mind. They were imprinted in your field. The emotions that you didn't know how to deal with when you were little, all of this goes underground, and then the body expresses it later. And you learned also how to think based on what you went through. So, for example, in my family, it was, there was a lot of emphasis on being smiling and happy and everything's just fine. And so I already told you my story, right? I learned to do that really well. And I also learned that if I wanted people's approval, I better try to please them. I better do what other people wanted, and then I might get approval. And I had approval confused with love. So I became a super excellent people pleaser. And I worked very hard at it. I got very good at it until it almost killed me. All right? This way of thinking and of being, behaving, and feeling, it didn't just stop when I got older. I had to first become aware. I wasn't even aware I was doing it. I was just doing what I learned to do, thinking the way I learned to think, feeling the way I learned to feel, and taking actions based on all of this, because your thoughts create an emotional reaction. Your emotions create choices. Your choices, if you repeat them, they create habits. Your habits create patterns. Your patterns become your whole life, literally. You think you have all this control and power, but it's really pretty much, once you start to unwind the ball of string, you find out you're living basically in habit patterns based on thinking and emotions you're not even aware of. Well, I know that's what I discovered, and that's what I discover with most clients. So we have to really take a look at all this. And if we don't, it becomes unconscious. And that's why 30, 40, 50, 60 years later, you wake up one day going, I can't take it anymore, but I don't know what to do about it, and everything I try doesn't work. So for any of you that relate to the question that this woman wrote in, why does it come and go and why does it come back? It's because you haven't fully released the root. You're probably, the way you're thinking about your pain, the way the emotions get stuck, that's why it's coming and going. It's a memory, a cellular memory, and something in your life is causing it you to recall it literally, physically. And here's the thing, initially, maybe way back when you were little, before the age of 8 or 9, you may have installed a pain pattern because it was the smartest thing to do. It was the best you had at the time. You know, if somebody's beating you over the head, literally abusing you, you may have learned to get really quiet and feel very insecure and not speak up. You may have become very weak, physically weak. There may be a lot of physical symptoms that come from being scared to death all the time. That is the body. I mean, all the emotions release chemicals, some of which are toxic. They affect our nervous system, our immune system. Every organ in the body is affected by emotions. So if you were around critical people, if you were always given the message you weren't good enough, smart enough, pretty enough, whatever, enough, not enough, the not enough syndrome is very, very prevalent in almost everyone I work with. On some level, that's what we get down to. And the body just finally gets worn out and tired from trying to be good enough, trying to be smart enough, whatever it is. And if you keep repeating stress-related patterns of thought and emotions and stressful choices, like trying to please everyone, trying to be perfect, over-giving, overdoing, things like that, you'll stress yourself out. And eventually your body says, this is not good for me, I'm shutting you down. And it can come and go. Maybe you lighten up at sometimes and you actually have your body's own healing mechanism kicks in. But if it's not there long term and you don't see how you're contributing to it, it won't completely go away because you haven't found the root. So when I work with people, we have a deep conversation and I teach you I ask you different questions. I help you to find the root, not just the symptoms. Sandra's saying, this is so, so true for me. Yeah. And Sandra, if it's the Sandra I'm thinking of, who's been in my pain-free living program, she's had tremendous, miraculous healing because she's done the work. She became willing to look at herself and clear out the false beliefs that were limiting her. She said, yeah, I'm going through it my second time because she got such results and wants to maintain it. It becomes a way of life. Once you really get this, you have to think about all of this in a different way. And you have to continuously and it's not hard, it just is a new skill set. And you have what it takes, nobody's shown you how. But you have to look at clearing out the false beliefs that you were programmed with. We all were. The world is very good at programming us with a certain way of thinking that keeps us in fear and thinking we're very limited with no power and a victim of all these outside scary things. When the truth, as I understand it and have experienced it, is we've been given everything we need, everything, I would go so far as to say, and I know this is a stretch for some of you, but that's okay. I'm here to stretch you and shake you up. I would go so far to say that if you were the last man or woman standing on the entire planet, if everybody else was wiped out by a tsunami, but you somehow remained, you have everything within you to completely regenerate, to thrive, to get healthy, and to survive. We have been given every resource we need. We have what I call inner technology. And it's as if you have, well, I'll tell you a funny story. It's as if you have a GPS and you haven't ever turned it on. There's an inner GPS. I was driving once with my parents years ago, and my parents were notorious for arguing, getting lost and arguing about who was right about which turn they should have taken off the freeway. And I had gone home to visit them, and we're in the car, and here it goes again. My mom was driving, and my dad said, you missed the turnoff. And she said, I know what I'm doing. And he said, no, you missed the turnoff. We're going to get lost. And my mom goes, do you want to drive? Because I know what I'm doing. My dad rolls his eyes and he goes, you didn't take the right turnoff. Now I'm sitting in the back seat going, here we go again, right? And I look down and I notice there's a GPS, a brand new GPS in the box on the floor of the back seat. And I said, you guys, there's a GPS here. You would never, ever get lost again. Why haven't you plugged this thing in and used it? And my mom said, oh, we don't believe in those things. Okay? My point being, they had a tool to use that they chose not to even use. Now, that would help them. You may not even know you have a GPS. That's even worse because you don't even know you have one to plug in. That's what I spend my time and energy doing, is showing people their GPS. So I know you have it. Whether you know it or not, I know you have it. Every beautiful soul is born with it. And we learn to shut it down based on the environment we've been in most of our lives. And the early childhood especially is what influences this the most. So you can't just think happy thoughts. It's like having an infected wound, slapping a Band-Aid over it and never cleaning it out. And this is why so many people are struggling. Another question that came in said, but what about a broken heart? And I want to say to you, yes, this is exactly similar. It's a pattern that shows up around emotional pain in relationship patterns. Now I'm going to do an entire week on relationships because that is just, again, I could talk for months on just relationship dynamics, but I want to let you know, even relationships, everything is energy. Everything is energy. Masculine energy, feminine energy. Relationships work together just like a puzzle of energy. And I'll share more on that. So stay tuned and keep coming back to the HighSpeed Healing Wednesdays. I promise in the very near future, I'm going to do a call just on that. Sheila's saying, if the body is saying, if you won't listen, I'll make you listen. That's exactly it. If you keep suppressing or medicating or trying to numb out the feelings and the thinking, because some of you are numbing out the thinking, some of you are numbing out your feelings. If you keep doing that, eventually the body says, I'm just going to get big and bold and in your face until you listen. And that's what happens. It keeps telling you every time you have pain, it's a signal that you're out of alignment with what's right for you in some way. Now, that might mean you need to do something, say something, not say something, stop doing something. It may mean you need to completely change something that you're thinking or feeling or doing. And you may need to take certain action. it's not always about just letting everything be the way it is. That may be what's causing the problem. Now, for some people, it is learning to let people be the way they are and situations be the way they are and stop trying to control everything. That's a big one for a lot of people, is the big C word, okay? So there are many hidden reasons. I talk about these. I found 13 actually, that there are 13 top hidden reasons for pain. We don't have time to go into all of this. This is what I teach in the program. But the big C word is one of them. The people pleasing is definitely at the top of the list. And the resistance, the denying, the trying to stop, and the focus on the symptoms. Those are very top of the list items that keep pain stuck, that keep pain coming back, and that cause you to have emotional heartbreak as well as physical pain. And it can go all the way. See, how you respond in one area of your life is also typically what you'll do in other areas of your life. So how you do one thing really is often how you're doing everything. So if you're denying, for example, pain in your body, you may also be denying a habit you have in your finances that you're not paying attention to, which cause you to keep having a pattern of debt or loss or something that you don't like. But until you go deeper than the symptom, even in finances, even in weight, and by the way, so many of you wrote to me with questions about weight and why can't I lose the weight? And I had a baby and I gained weight and then I lost it, but then it came back. And now I'm having stress all the time with this whole COVID situation, and people are much more stressed than ever, right? And losing jobs and no income. And these things, they cause stress. It's normal, but it's how you're thinking about it and the emotional reaction to your thinking about it that causes the stress. So I'm not asking you to pretend or lie to yourself or others, but there are thoughts that if you examine them, you might discover are not really true, and you're acting as if they are true, and they're causing you a lot of pain. Now, also, the body is so fascinating because different body parts, and I don't have time to get into all of this today, and it's also, I don't like to overgeneralize, but thanks for all these great comments on Facebook. I am going to come back and respond to all of them later. So I'm not going to ignore you. I just can't answer everything at once. But yeah, Carmen is saying we take pills, but no healing, because that's working on a symptom and not getting to the root. And usually that's a very strong indicator that it's emotions and thinking that's in the way. And that's why people get addicted to these harmful drugs and nothing changes. Or they're taking, 25 supplements a day and they're not sure it's doing anything, because it may not be, unfortunately. But sometimes once you learn to release the emotions and correct the thinking, then the supplements actually start to work. Or the foods, the nutrition, the nutrients start to actually become absorbed. And you start healing in a way that you couldn't before. It's really critical that you examine the thoughts, examine the emotions. And I want to talk further. Oh, wait, before I forget. So if you've been struggling with the weight issue, I'm going to do another call on that as well. But weight is often, I would say 9.999 times out of 10, it is related to emotions, fear, pain, trauma, trying to protect yourself from someone or something. Or it's also often related to trying to give yourself a reward of some kind. I'll talk more about that. Stay tuned very, very soon, probably within a couple weeks, maybe even next week. No, next week. We have a great guest next week. I'm going to keep it a surprise, but stay tuned. You'll get the email about it. So the physical pain, that I know because so many people ask me, and someone wrote in, this is a great question, but Deborah, the pain is physical. I had an accident. This is physical pain. I saw it on the x-ray. Okay, so let me make this more clear, hopefully more clear to you. I'm not saying the pain isn't real. I'm not saying it doesn't hurt. I'm not saying if, people tell me, but I have a disc that I blew or that's bulging. I can see it. The doctor showed me. Yes, that may be true on the physical reality, okay? On the 3D physical plane, that is perhaps true. But energetic healing in the field does not work according to the same laws as physical healing. Energetic healing works on the subtle level, a different dimension of experience. And again, this is where you don't have to be a quantum physicist to understand this, because it can be complicated. And I don't claim to be a physicist, but it's based on principles of physics. There really is an invisible world that you don't see with your normal eyes that is just amazing and has the ability to affect the physical world. And I will go so far as to say that everything you see in the physical, everything, your computer, the chair, the ceiling, the plants, the flowers, your body, it is not solid, it is not physical, it's vibration. It's made of energy, light, literally light that you can see, and information, and it's an invisible information. And if you looked at it under a very high-powered piece of equipment, you would discover, if you've ever blown up an image on your camera or on your computer or on your phone, you'll see all the little pixels, the colored dots, right? You see that the image isn't solid. It's made up of little tiny colored dots. Your body, very much the same. It's not a solid object, and it doesn't end at the skin. It goes beyond. You extend out into a more subtle vibration. This is a slow, dense vibration. That's why it shows up as physical matter. But beyond the skin, it's just more subtle. And that subtle vibration makes up your energy field. It's not separate from you. It's an extension of you. You are one big field. And we live in a gigantic field, and we're all interconnected via the field. So anything that is happening to you physically is the effect of what started and is happening on the invisible, and you can change all that. That's I guess the message I want to really drive home today, is that because it's all made of energy and light, it's all changeable. We know from science, energy changes constantly changing form. It never dies. It changes form all the time, which means your body can change. Literally, I've worked with people, I love it. See, the hearts are coming. I love that. So I've worked with people who literally grew, their spine changed in the course of less than an hour. I could see it, they could see it, their physical therapist could see it. Measurable change in less than an hour. I had one woman who was 92 years ago who came into my office on a walker, and she had to raise the height of her walker 2 inches before she left because her spine changed that much. I have had people who are paralyzed completely come back to life. The muscles became strong, their spine became strong. I've done distance healing. I can't tell you how many times when people said, Deborah, it felt like you were touching me and working on my spine just like a chiropractor would. You see, this is what's possible. It's just different than we're used to thinking is possible. It's so real, you guys, and it's based on physics. And it's based on the fact that we are all connected vibrationally. And this is changing form, which back to the woman who asked the question about why does my pain come and go? Because at some point you released it, got back into a better state of consciousness, and then something brought your thinking and your emotions down to a different frequency. Now, Dr. Valerie Hunt's work showed that these measurable frequencies in the field were disturbing the body. And when people had emotional release, that showed the greatest improvement of any physical changes. It was from the emotional release. So I have found that to be true, especially with people who have very severe late stage whatever, and are really, I've worked with a lot of people where they were told, you're going to die. There's nothing we can do for you. It's incurable. And they came to me as a last resort. I wish they had come to me first, but even as a last resort, and I've seen them completely turn around. They are still alive. So I know that energy, the physical body, which is made of energy, light, and information, can change form all the time. It does constantly. All right. So someone is saying, I did your 10-minute session, on an interview, and was pain-free instantly, but I can't seem to sustain it. Yes. So Sheila, this is because there's something you're doing. If I were to sit down with you and have a conversation, I would find it. There's something you're doing. There's something that pain is doing for you, number one. Number two, it has to do with your thinking patterns and your emotional habits, and we would find it. I'm telling you, we would find it. It's not just happening to you. It's there for a reason. And for now anyway, it may be doing something for you that you don't know how to, it may be getting a result for you that you don't know how to get any other way. Let me say that another way, because I really want you guys to hear this. Pain is doing something for you. And until you have another tool in your toolbox to get the same result or a better result than the pain is doing for you, you won't drop the pain. So you have to probably, for many of you, I would say, I'm sure for many of you, the key is that you're going to need to learn new skills. You're going to need to learn some different skills to get what you need and get what you want without using the body and pain as the way to get it. I'll give you a story here that illustrates this. I worked with a gentleman who came to me and said, Debora, I have such bad fatigue, I had to quit working. I am now staying home and my wife had to go back to work. I'm embarrassed and ashamed of it, but I had to because I was too exhausted. I couldn't do anything. So I'm staying home and I'm taking care of the kids, and just doing a load of laundry, he told me he had to take a 2-hour nap from doing a load of laundry. Okay, this is not normal fatigue. He said, I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's, which is a thyroid disease. I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome. He told me he also wasn't sleeping. What else? Oh, he was told he had fibromyalgia. And there was something else I'm not thinking of at the moment. He had trouble digesting most foods. So his whole system was out of whack. And of course, with that kind of stuff going on and pain, he was depressed and anxious. I mean, this is understandable. And Sandra's saying she had an aha moment. All right, I like it. So I began to work with him, and guess what we discovered? Number one, he hated his job. He was raised in a family where he was told what career he was going to go into. They told him, you're going to be this. You're going to go to school for this. You're going to go to college for this. You're going to graduate in this. You're going to do this. You're going to do it your whole life. So he did as he was told, graduated, did very well, set out on the path, just like his father, just like his grandfather. And guess what he found? He hated it, hated it. But he dragged himself there for, I think it was close to 20 years. Day in and day out, driving to the office, putting on the suit and tie, banging out the work, hating every moment, couldn't wait to get home and play with his kids. And what happened? Eventually, it was so harmful to him to do this, but he couldn't give himself permission to stop and explore anything else because he was told it was part of the family lineage. He didn't want to break the code. He didn't want to be the bad guy. He wanted to please his father and grandfather. He didn't know any other skills. He even said to me, I don't think I can do anything else. That's what we start to believe. I don't think I can do anything else. I have to do this. It's the only choice I have. Let me tell you right now, you always have choices. There's always, I don't care how bleak it looks, you always have more than one choice. So he was scared to death to try anything new, to even talk about trying something new. But guess what? He discovered when we started just little by little exploring that his energy, and we did, of course, we did the healing sessions. The healing sessions gave him a huge emotional release that he didn't even know he had been storing up all this time. He became aware of how angry he was, that he did as he was told. He was angry at himself. He was punishing himself. And how was he punishing himself? By not being able to do anything that he even enjoyed at all. Oh my God, it was so sad. Once he finally realized this, boom, the lights went on. He started to explore and get honest, emotionally honest about what he liked. He went into an exploring stage. He reinvented his life, got a new career, started thriving in the career. And guess who went back to work? Guess who started playing baseball with his kids again? Yeah, this is so connected to the pain. He didn't need the pain. The pain was there to say, we're not doing this anymore. We hate the job. We're not going. It literally, he got what he wanted, but he got it in a very harmful way because he couldn't give himself open, honest permission until he got the support that he needed from me and the tools that I taught him. He couldn't give himself permission to change. He also wasn't really clear that that was what needed to change. So are you with me? Do you see this? Yeah, people are saying, I can so relate to the story. And you're right. Unfortunately, as a child, you don't have those choices or see it. Some, in some families, they help you with choices. Other families say you're going to do it my way or the highway, right? And unless you're a big rebel, you're going to do it my way or the highway. But that's where later in life, you'll find there's some kind of pain or symptom that will show up because it's your wake-up call. It means your soul is calling you because your blueprint wants something different for you. When you plant the seeds for sunflowers, you get sunflowers, not apples. When you plant the seed for roses, you get roses, not oak trees. All of nature follows its blueprint. If you are not following your blueprint, I can promise you, you're going to feel dis-ease. You're not going to be at ease because ease and flow and joy and peace and health and high energy, it comes from following your blueprint, being true to yourself, following nature, not overriding it with your thinking mind and your programmed, conditioned beliefs that you usually get in childhood. This is the great news, my friends. It's great news. And that means there's a solution. So you see what I mean? Like, there's so much to share with you, but I'm looking at the time and I want to today, here's what I want you to do. A couple things. I want you to stay because I'm going to guide you through a meditation to start moving your particularly emotional energy. You may have already, just from being on the call, started to feel something shifting in your body. Some of you may, is anybody feeling emotional release? You may. Some of you may be, this might be touching you deeply emotionally. You may be getting new ideas, light bulbs going off. This is great. Ilona's here. Hi, Ilona. Yes, amen, sister. That's right. You may really be noticing changes, and I'm going to take you through the next step of that in a moment. I want you, if you still have questions, I want you to put them in the chat or in the Q&A, and I would like for you to also email them to me via the website, so that I can also address more and more. We're going to have at least one of these Q&A calls probably every other week, because I know there's so many questions I can't get to them all. There's some great ones in the chat, in the Q&A that I'm seeing. Wow, thanks Jen, Nancy, thank you Yasaria. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll talk about the biofield holding the inherited memories on the call where I do a deeper dive about the biofield, Jen. I'm going to talk about all that. That's a great topic and a great question. So anyway, please, I want you to always feel free to send your questions in. You can email, go to the website and just click on contact. And it'll pull up a box where you can email, comes directly to me. I read every question that comes in, I promise you. And the website address is www.internationalcpi.com. Again, it's internationalcpi.com. It's the International Chronic Pain Institute. And I want you to go there anytime, please. I want you to let me know what's going on with you. And in fact, I'm going to give you the free gift right now, because it is a questionnaire that I want you to fill out. And what it will do, it's a short questionnaire. It's easy, and anyone and everyone can fill it out. When you do, it's going to come to me personally. I am going to read every one of them. So be patient, because usually if I announce this, I get flooded with them. So give me some time to review them, but I'm going to reply back in some form to every one of them. And I'm going to give you some recommendations based on what I read in the questionnaire. And 5 people that send them in are going to get a free call with me. Thank you for the hearts. I love you. Thank you so much. 5 people who send those in are going to get a free call with me, no charge, and I'm going to help you go deeper. It's a call I call a discovery session. These are normally something that you pay for, but I'm going to give 5 people a no-cost discovery session. I'm going to help you go deeper to see what's hidden from your view, and I'm going to recommend your next steps. So you want to, everybody do this, okay? And the sooner the better. I'll take the first 5, and periodically, I will do this as I'm able to do it. But you can always go for a discovery session. It's on the website. You'll find it. And I do these all the time. So I'm happy to do these with you. If you want my eyes and ears and intuition on you and you alone, just go to the website and click under services, and you'll see discovery session. And I'll type the link to the questionnaire in the chat. And Colin, actually, you know what? Colin, would you type that in the chat and also type it on Facebook for me? And then I'll go back later and also make sure it's there a couple times in case you don't see it. And if you go to the website, you can find the questionnaire under something. It's a button on the homepage that says Your First Step. So you'll go to internationalcpi.com, and then the page that you find, just scroll down and you'll see a beautiful button with these beautiful a pond of water with stepping stones, and it says Your First Step. Now, Colin just put the link right in the chat and on Facebook as well. So you can just copy and paste that link into your website browser, and that will take you to the questionnaire. And the first 5 people, we're going to talk and we're going to have a great conversation. All right, now let's have some fun. Yeah? No more talking. All right, I want you, now again, remember, don't ever do this while driving or cooking, cleaning, operating equipment. You must be in a safe place. If you're going to be part of my guided meditation, you must be in a safe spot. You can do this sitting or lying down, either way. I just want you to get as comfortable as you can and close your beautiful eyes. I want you to take the deepest breath that you have taken all day long. Breathe in new life. Now open your mouth and let out a big sigh. Relax your low belly and draw the breath from your low belly all the way up into your beautiful heart. Open your mouth and let out a sigh and let your pain and worries go now. As you relax your body and feel your muscles letting go, let the weight of your body just sink down like melted butter into the cushions beneath you. And allow yourself to relax. Let your mind relax. There's nothing to grip or judge or hold on to. Let your mind relax right now. And with every breath you take, let yourself relax more and more and more. As you become aware of your body, I want you now to go inside, and I want you to scan your body from head to toe. And I want you to go to the area where you feel the most discomfort. Maybe the pain is strong today. Where do you feel the most unease? It might be emotion. It might be physical. It might be something going on in your life, and just thinking about it, you notice the dis-ease. So I want you to go and notice, where is your body giving you the feedback? Where is your body talking to you? Put your attention there right now. Go to the area of your body that's talking to you. Take a moment now, and I want you to feel the pure physical sensation. What does it feel like in your body? I want you to let those feelings come up right now. Let them come up. Practice feeling them rather than trying to stop them. Notice them, feel them, let them come up. Ask them to come up. Ask the pain, ask the feelings to come up. Allow the feeling to come up. It's just energy. You're not going to have more than you can handle. It's just a feeling. Notice what happens when you allow the feeling of pain, whatever type of pain you've been experiencing. Allow it to come up and feel it. Breathe, feel, allow. Don't fight it. Don't try to clear it. Don't judge it or label it good or bad, right or wrong. Allow it to be there. For some of you, it may already be gone. If that's the case, sit in the stillness and just bask in the bliss. Notice what happens. We're going to take a moment of silence, quiet. I want you to feel and allow whatever is going on inside you. Allow it to come up. There's no fight. There's no struggle. Pain is your friend. It's just energy. Allow this energy to come up, and without any judgment, just feel it, experience it, and notice what happens when you do. Close your eyes so that you're focusing inward on your inner experience. This is the truth, your inner experience. You have everything you need inside you right now. Everything. Sit quietly now for a moment. There's nothing to do. There's nowhere to go. You don't need any more facts or information. If the pain has already released, scan your body again and see if there's any other area of your body where you're holding on. You notice tightness, tension, pain of some kind. Allow yourself to feel it. Experience it. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fight. There's no need to freeze. Allow it to be there. It's just energy. It's nothing to fear. Allow it to come up. Experience. Allow. Feel. In order to heal, you must learn to feel. Take another moment here. Just notice what you notice without any judgment. You cannot do it wrong. You can't block the healing. Now gently, I'd like you to take your right hand and place it on your heart, and put your left hand on your low belly. And silently to yourself, or out loud if you're somewhere where you can do this out loud, say the words, I love myself exactly the way I am. I am enough. I am enough. Take a deep breath in through your low belly And bring that breath all the way up into your beautiful heart. Open your mouth and let out a big sigh. And one more time. A low breath into your low belly. Draw that breath up into your heart. I am enough. And then open your mouth and let out a big, beautiful sigh. And come all the way back now, wide awake and alert, refreshed and relaxed. And slowly, gently open your beautiful eyes all the way back. All right, I want to hear from you. What did you experience? What did you feel? What did you notice? People are saying they're looking for the link I gave. It's in the chat. Colin, would you post the link to the questionnaire again in both the Facebook chat? Thank you. I see the hearts coming. That's a good thing. Hearts are all welcome here. And thanks so much, everybody, for being on Facebook, for being on the Zoom call. What I'd like you to do now is make sure that you click on the link, copy the link into your browser. I want you to come to my website. I want you to fill out that questionnaire. I want you to work with me. The first 5 people are going to get a call with me where I help you go even deeper to explore why your pain has been stuck. You can come receive my help anytime. It is my purpose for being here. You definitely want to experience the high-speed healing, energy healing. That, come check it out. I mean, wow. All I can say is wow. Whether you understand it or not doesn't matter. Okay, I'm seeing that, Colin, you did post, because I saw the post. So I saw it before, earlier, so I'm going to try to cut and paste it myself and put it in there. But I saw you did put it here. It actually did show up, but I'm going to type it in there, you guys, and see if you get it. Oh, you know what? I have to type it and put it into all of the attendees. That's why they can't see it. Okay, you guys should be able to see the link now. It's in the, you're welcome, Carlina. Okay, it worked, great. Okay, the link is now finally in the Zoom chat. Sorry, I was sending it to the wrong place. I love seeing this, that people are telling me the pain is lifting, it worked, that now I'm feeling calmer. Let's see. Oh, you're so welcome. So welcome. So, hey, Jerry Bailey, great to always have you here. Come back, come work with me, fill out the questionnaire. I'm going to respond to every single questionnaire, so be patient, you guys. But I am going to give you some deeper insight and recommend what I believe would move you forward. You can check out, please, the discovery sessions, our private one-on-one work with me. It's called a discovery session. You'll see it on the website under the services tab. The questionnaire, the link is here, or if you go to the website, which is internationalcpi.com, and you click on your first step, you will find the questionnaire there as well. If you can't find any of this and you're just lost, technologically challenged, just email us on the website, and Colin will get back to you and we'll help you. We'll make sure you find what you need. You're welcome, Tamara. Bless you. You're welcome, everybody. All right, this concludes. God, it goes so fast, doesn't it? So every Wednesday, come back for more. We're doing high-speed healing Wednesdays. Every week is going to be different. I'm going to, based on your questions, these calls are designed based on the questions you're sending me. So we're going to have a call and we're going to talk all things weight. Why can't I gain weight? Why can't I lose weight? Why do I have weight? What the heck? You know, no matter what I eat, it's a problem. We're going to do a call on weight. We're going to do a call on digestive drama. We're going to do a call on bad boyfriend syndrome. No, just kidding. On the relationship challenges. Why does your heart hurt? Why do you keep getting hurt? Why do the relationships hurt so much? We're going to talk about this and how it all of it relates to energy. And I'm going to always share with you the fastest path for healing these things. It's never what you're told or think. It's just not common knowledge. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to take years of your time, money, and energy. It's about energy. And I'm going to give you that new perspective on all of these topics as we go through Wednesdays. And I'm bringing on special guests as well who have different areas of expertise. If you weren't here last week, I posted it on Facebook. You really want to check out Deborah Atkinson. She did a call to help us with stretching and movement for the body, especially if you're doing more sitting these days, which most people are because of the current quarantine. So you got to get that body moving. Otherwise, your pain is going to go up, okay? You're welcome, Sandra. Oh, you're welcome. And let's see. Okay, time to go. I hate to leave, but I love you all. I thank you all. Thank you for allowing me to share my gifts with you, my experience with you. It is truly a gift to me, and I'm here for you. So if you're in pain, if you're suffering, please just stop that. There are solutions. Reach out and take my hand and let me help you. You do not need to suffer. You do not need to have a closet crisis like I did. If you were here on the call earlier, you heard my story. You don't need to go through that. You do not. Hop off the elevator before you hit the crash and burn bottom. There's no need to take it to the basement. And I would love to help you. All right, my friends, have a beautiful rest of the night. I will see you back here next week. Invite your friends, family, coworkers, and bye for now.